Hi everybody and welcome to this presentation on shipping automation using Process Builder and flows. I'm Chris, I'm the head of marketing here at Zenkraft, and with me I have James Lumb, who's the CEO of Zenkraft. So in this presentation we're going to spend a few minutes introducing Zenkraft and the applications that we have right now. This is mainly for those of you who are new to the Zenkraft apps. I know we've got quite a lot of you here, so welcome along, and it's great to have you here. We're then going to show you three brand new features that we're rolling out in the next few months for those of you who are already using the Zenkraft apps, and how you can use these features to improve your overall efficiency and decrease your time to ship. So I'll then hand you over to James, who's then going to take you through the main part of this presentation, and he's going to show you how you can use the Process Builder to email shipping labels when a case status changes. He's going to show you how to calculate shipping quotes on opportunities when the stage changes, and also tracking shipments in Salesforce generated by non-native ERP products. When James has actually demoed these new features, we'll then have a Q&A. So if you have any questions, please ask them in the chat box, and we'll do our best to get to them. If we can't answer them today, then what we're going to do is we're going to follow up this presentation with an email, probably send it over the next couple of days, with answers to all those questions that you guys have asked, so you get your answers there and then. So a little about us. Zencraft specialises in logistics apps built on the Salesforce platform exclusively. We have around 1,000 customers currently using our applications, including around 20% of Fortune 500 companies, through to small businesses shipping smaller volumes. So you can see a few of our customers there on the right hand side. Our combined volume of shipments is well in excess of 250,000 shipments per day, all on the Salesforce platform. We're 100% focused on building technology on the Salesforce platform because we believe that storing your shipping data and your customer data together brings really good, big benefits to your business. Zencraft have been specialising in shipping in Salesforce for 8 years, and we're continuing to innovate and integrate with the new features that Salesforce are consistently launching all the time. I can see a few of you on this webinar are from outside the Salesforce ecosystem, and these users can benefit, you guys can benefit from our OEM offering, where Salesforce licenses aren't actually required to use our product. So we may possibly be able to get to that today, but if we can't, then again we'll follow this presentation up with an email on how you can have a look at how to get involved in that as well. This is really especially great for our planned freight integrations in 2018. And further integrations next year will include predictive shipping with Einstein, integration with Lightning Bolt for communities, as well as more out-of-the-box bulk shipping capabilities. We've currently got 5 applications on the App Exchange. Currently we have FedEx, UPS, USPS, Purelator, and of course our multi-carrier app, which integrates with over 45 carriers from around the world. If you want a list of carriers which we support and integrate with, then I'll put that in the chat box as well. So later on, so you can check out and make sure that the carrier you use is actually supported. And I can pretty much guarantee it is, but I'll put the link up towards the end of the presentation so you can have a look for yourselves. Currently, all of our apps are Lightning compatible, and our multi-carrier app is actually Lightning ready. If you have a look at the App Exchange, you'll see that we have over 160 5-star reviews for our apps. Just 2 here we've chosen. You can see that Swift Passport have gone from copying and pasting shipping details of over 30 parcels per day to just using 2 clicks to do the same thing. And Market versus Technology says there have been 0 shipping errors in 7 months that he's been using the app, which is absolutely fantastic. And we really do appreciate all the great feedback we get from our customers. And if there is a problem that you find with your app, then we do our best to solve that for you and get that right. So typically, some results that we see from our customers is a decrease in time to ship by around 90%. So instead of copying and pasting between FedEx.com and Salesforce, you can simply just click a single button. A 1200% faster shipping tracking by having tracking data automatically update every hour in Salesforce as standard. an overall increase in efficiency by 60% within the logistics and customer service teams involved in booking and tracking shipments. And we're looking to increase these all the time with the introduction of brand new features like the ones that James is actually going to show you right now. So without further ado, I'll hand over to James, who's going to provide you with the demo.
Great, thank you very much, Chris. I'm going to get out this slide. Great, so I'm going to show 3 use cases of how you can use Process Builder and our new invocable methods to automate further shipping in Salesforce. So the first use case really is around cases. So we see all the time our customers are looking to automate the generation of labels around cases, maybe for RMAs or returns in an e-commerce environment. So here we have a case, and on the case we have typical records, so contact name, account, reason, product data. But what we want to do in this scenario is actually, if the status of the case is going to change from new to return approved, we don't have to go through the shipping wizard every time. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to auto-generate a shipment, and after the shipment is generated, the email is going to be automatically sent to the customer. So if I just change this status now and hit save, so what's going to happen is a process builder is going to run in the background, and it runs asynchronously, so it will take a second to run, and you'll see what's happened is, now I refresh the page, my shipment's been automatically generated. So if I view the shipment, you can see that all the cost information, the tracking data, my shipping label has been generated, and it's actually been automatically emailed to my customer as well. So you'll see just a moment ago, the shipping label has been automatically sent to my customer, and they can print and attach the shipping label for return. And what's nice is, as with all of our apps, every hour the shipment status is going to automatically update. So you'll see these tracking updates automatically update every hour, and then as soon as the shipment is delivered, this delivered checkbox is going to get checked. So in order to set this up, I'm going to move across to Process Builder and show you how we did this. So the first thing we need to do, and this is all done using clicks, not code. There's no Apex code written to do this. The first thing we need to do is create a FedEx label once the RMA is approved. So the Process Builder is going to run off of the case object. So when the record is created or edited. We basically have a criteria here that says when the case status equals return approved, it's going to run this invocable method. The invocable method takes 2 parameters. The first is the custom address source ID. And for our existing customers, you know that a key component of our applications is using these custom address sources to map fields from your own standard or custom objects into our shipping wizard. So it's referencing this ID here, and we pass across this ID and obviously the record ID of the case. So once this status changes to return approved, it's going to automatically create this case, which it just did in the demo a second ago. So once the FedEx shipment has been created, we then have a second process builder, which is actually going to email the label once the shipment is processed. And we have a second method here. So again, it runs off FedEx shipment. We need to check to ensure that the processing of the shipment is set to true. And then we call the invocable method, which just takes a single ID, which is the shipment ID, which is very easy to reference because it's the ID of the FedEx shipment here, and it will automatically email the label to the customer. So that's the first use case for generating shipments and emailing labels to customers. The second use case is really around rating. So customers come to us all the time and say, well, we love the fact that you have shipping label generation capabilities, but actually what we want to be able to do is also attach shipping quotes for our customers. So when we're quoting and when we're kind of managing opportunities in Salesforce, we want to be able to add shipment line items to the product. So we've got here an opportunity. So what we're going to do is say, actually, when the stage of the opportunity changes from any value to proposal price quotes at 75%, what we want to be able to do is add the rating data to the opportunity. So if I hit OK and save here, again, this is an asynchronous method, so it's going to take a second to run. But if I refresh the page now, you'll see that two things have happened. One, the rate quoting information has been added to the detail of the opportunity. So I've got my rate service type, the estimated delivery day, which is Friday, tomorrow, the total charge, and the estimated delivery date. But what we've also got as well is the product here. So a product, we've got a shipping cost. We've got the sale price again here, which is the $24.86, and the line item. And what's nice is that the shipping cost gets rolled up into the total amount here. So you can see that it's now $100,024.86 for the total cost. To set this up again, we just have two very simple process builders. So the first is to add the rate quote to the opportunity. So we have an opportunity here, which is very simple when it's created or edited. And again, you can set any criteria here, but for the demo, we've just set that the opportunity status is set to proposal price quote. And once this is set, we're just calculating the rates. So again, we're using our custom address source ID, which we set up earlier, and we're using the record ID, which is the opportunity ID. So once these fields get set on the opportunity, if we go back, we have another process builder that runs just to create that shipping cost line item, which rolls up to the total cost. So add the, so here we go. Add opportunity line item, again, runs on opportunity. Once the rate data has been added to the opportunity, we're just creating a line item, which accepts a few more parameters. So the opportunity ID, which is the ID of the opportunity, quantity 1, very straightforward. Again, line description is just a shipping cost. The product ID, which is just the product we created for shipping cost, and that's the ID. And then the sale price, again, which is just the rate data that got added to the custom field on the opportunity. Very straightforward. That's the second use case. The third use case we have is we're often asked by some of our larger clients whether we support integration with external, so non-native ERP systems like Oracle, like SAP, like JD Edwards. So what we have here is an order. And say, for example, the shipping of our client gets done outside of Salesforce, but they want the visibility of the shipment inside of Salesforce. We've now added that capability using Process Builder. So here's an example. We have an order, and this is the native order object in Salesforce. And what we're going to do is basically say that once the tracking number gets added to this field here, what we're going to do is a couple of things. One, we're going to add the FedEx shipment record down here, but two, also, we're going to automatically update the status in Salesforce using these native fields. So if I just double click here, and I need to add a tracking number. Give me a sec just to find, I'm going to have to find a tracking number. Give me one sec. Sorry, these demos are live, so sometimes don't quite go to plan. So let me go back. Okay, great. So now I've got a tracking number. I can paste in a tracking number, and this can get added from any third-party system. I hit save, and again, it's an asynchronous method. But if I refresh now, you'll see two things have happened. One, the the FedEx shipment has been created here. You see that actually the shipment's been delivered. But also, what's nice is that these fields have been updated on the order object as well. So the shipment has been delivered, which matches this delivered checkbox, and the status is also set to delivered here. And finally, I'm just going to show you how to set this up. So if I go back into Process Builder, there are again two different process builders running. The first is to create the shipment. Create the shipment once the tracking is added. So This runs when when the order tracking number has changed. So is change is true, is null is false. And then we call our invocable method for track shipment. It takes a preference ID. And for our existing customers, a preference ID is the preference where you store your FedEx tracking number or your UPS or whichever carrier tracking number you're using. Then we just have two simple field references, tracking number and ship date. Ship date is important, especially for FedEx, because they tend to recycle tracking numbers quite regularly. The next is a parameter we added to create shipment if not found. So if the tracking number is not found inside of Salesforce, we want to automatically create that shipment record. Custom address source we've already covered, and then record ID, which is obviously the ID of the order. So that runs to create the related shipment, and then we just have one final process builder, which adds the tracking data back to the order. So this runs on the FedEx shipment. When the processing is complete and the order information has changed, we're going to set the delivered fields, which is just the delivered checkbox and the shipment status on the shipment field. So with that, I think the demos are complete. So what I'm going to do is flick back to the presentation. So if I come back here, so we've kind of, just to summarize, we've got 4 new invocable methods which are compatible with Process Builder for shipping, so generating labels, for rating, like I showed you on the opportunity, for tracking shipments from third-party systems, and also for emailing labels directly to customers. We've done the demo. In terms of app timeline, so FedEx and UPS, both of those applications are available for upgrade or install from the App Exchange today. And as soon as you install them, you'll notice you can start creating Process Builder tasks. USPS will be available from next week. We'll send out an email to our customers then. And then our Purelator and multi-carrier apps will be available in January of next year. So just in around 4 to 6 weeks, those apps will be available. In terms of next steps, just covered. Yeah. So for UPS and FedEx, you can install directly from the App Exchange. We also have created extensive documentation, which is available on our support site, but we created 2 short links here, which Chris will post directly into the chat box as well, which you can click on. And for new customers, schedule a call with Mike. For existing customers, schedule a call with Adrian. And again, Chris is going to post those links into the chat box, which you can click directly on.
Sure, no problem. Okay, guys. Well, that's the demo for you. Now we've got some questions from you guys, which I'll be asking and James will be answering. So we've got 6 have come in for this presentation. I'll start with the first one. The first one is, can we use this alongside our existing setup?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can create shipments via the wizard. So if you have potentially more complex international shipments that need a little more detail, you can create those manually using the wizard. You can create some shipments using Process Builder. And for those of our bulk shipping customers or API customers using our Global Apex methods, you can continue to do those in exactly the same way.
That's great. Is there a way to dynamically set the service type based on a field on the object?
Got it. So I think what this person's asking is, can we create a formula field to dynamically set a service type? So absolutely, you could create a formula field that says perhaps if a customer's lifetime value is over $100,000, we might automatically upgrade the customer to a priority overnight service type instead of a FedEx ground. You can absolutely do that, and then you can map that field into the custom address field. So yeah, that's absolutely possible.
That's great. Also, can I use our negotiated rates for UPS with this?
Yep, we only support negotiated rates. You can display list rates if you want to charge your customers list rates, but pay obviously UPS for your negotiated rates. Absolutely, yeah, we support negotiated rates for all carriers.
Brilliant. Okay, can this be used with communities?
Yeah, absolutely. So we actually do have customers using our apps in, I think a good use case is dealer networks. So we have some manufacturing and automotive customers using us for dealer networks where dealers might want to return parts directly to a distribution center, and they do so using communities, absolutely. And actually next year in Q1, we're launching a lightning bolt solution, which we published on the App Exchange. So watch out for that.
Great. Number 5, can we use this with person accounts?
Very simple answer, yes, you can.
That's what we like to hear. And the final question for this presentation, does each user need a Zencraft license in order to use the process builder?
So yes, they do. So in the demo when I showed you a case being edited, so a licensed user will have needed to edit the case in order to generate the shipment. If a Salesforce user didn't have a Zencraft license and they edited the case, that shipment would not be created and emailed to the customer. So yes, the answer is.
Okay, great. So that's all we've got time for on this presentation. But don't forget, we will be replying to all of the questions we had today in an email, which will come across to you hopefully tomorrow, if not Monday. So make sure you look out for that, and make sure you whitelist all of our emails as well, because we will continue to send you updates of what's going on, new videos which we've been putting up on our YouTube recently. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter. It's just at Zencraft. You can also find us on LinkedIn as well if you look for Zencraft, and we're also on Facebook as well. So make sure you get us on all of those to keep in touch with what we're doing, and for more of these really great webinars, which will be happening hopefully in the new year. We'll be having these at least once a month. So remember, if you are not on the Zenkraft apps yet, to go to zenkraft.com/meet/Mike. Existing customers, you can speak to Adrian. Again, /meet/Adrian. And don't forget the docs are there as well. And you can upgrade and update your app on the App Exchange in those URLs which are on the slide right now. So thank you from myself, and thanks from James. We'll see you at the next webinar. Don't forget, you can email us and get us on our live chat on the zenkraft.com site as well, and we'll be here to answer any questions you have. So thanks for joining us, and I'll see you on the next one.